and oranges.
That looks great on the GoPro, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it didn't catch it. Wait.
Oh, it's catching it.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. And really, folks, this is what Apples and Oranges is all about.
Yes.
Welcome to Apples and Oranges.
Yes.
The only podcast
We're taking the club random approach.
Yeah.
It's a Sesher's podcast now. Bill Maher thinks he can outpace us. Sorry, Billy.
Bullshit. Bishikaka. This is see, now I'm doing, every time I do this little adjustment, it's visualized. You can see my my tendency to sort of futz and fiddle. Everyone will know that when we're doing this, I'm just sort of fiddling and futzing the entire time.
You're not as smart as you sound in person.
I know.
I have a
fumbling through your words, Matthew.
I have a little book, and in it, I've written everything I'm going to say on this podcast. Me and my writers.
Yeah, that writing team, it's like 20 plus people, a bunch of ghostwriters. It's all outsourced.
They're being paid peanuts.
Yeah.
Elephants. It's the writers' room of elephants. They remember all my transgressions. So they're actually currently striking. They're doing an elephant parade. Welcome to Apples and Oranges. Jack,
yes.
Today you're on camera.
I am the eyes and ears of this podcast. Wherever I pay my attention, wherever my attention goes, the energy of the podcast wanders.
So if you, for instance, want to wander away from Rahul and I.
Yeah, if I get bored, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah.
But no, that's impossible because we have an amazing guest today.
Yes.
It's Rahul.
Rahul.
Oh, thank you.
In person.
Yeah, dude. What? Fourth time?
Yeah, you're setting a record right now.
Fourth timer. Yeah.
And not the record, but you're
Close.
now among the. You're like a third placer. I think the record is still held by David Dobbins with 6 appearances on the podcast.
Ooh.
But you're inching your way up.
I'm getting there, dude. This is my first time in person, though.
Yeah,
First time in
that's true.
person.
First time with pants on, also.
Hopefully, yeah, true.
So this time, I mean, what interests me about jumping to the in-person thing now is like all of our listeners presumably only know you as a disembodied voice. Presumably. I have to think that that the episodes that you are on, which have like a boom in listenership in India for some reason, surely those people don't know you, right?
Oh. Nah, dude, we're in no way related whatsoever. No, those are just my fans, dude. All my fans.
Do you think
Rahul
you have
Nation.
do you think you have fans in India who you don't know personally?
No, I do not. I know every single one of my fans quite personally.
Maybe you have a stalker there. Maybe you have like a silent stalker.
Yeah, maybe this is sort of a baby reindeer situation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anything? Well, if it gets me a show, man,
Yeah.
I'll be stalked.
Have either of you seen Baby Reindeer?
I have not. No.
But I know she's a freak on a leash.
Well, because I haven't seen it, and I was wondering if anyone could explain to me why it's called that.
It's called that because, she was kicked in the face by a horse at a young age.
And then her nose went red, and
it
Yeah.
the rest is history.
it all just named itself.
I think it's because that's what she called him as like a pet name.
Ooh.
Oh, it's like
like
clunky for a pet name.
Kind of cringe.
Yeah.
4-syllable pet name?
Don't quote me on that. That could just be totally wrong. Like it could just be like a random name.
Sure.
They name shit random stuff all the time. Now. Like why is
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting? Why is it called that?
He's good.
His name's Will, isn't it? No.
His name's Will Hunting, and he's very good.
Oh.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Wait,
Okay.
that actually, yeah.
I still think that's a bad title. Just good. You could say that about. That's what I want
Good
to.
Forrest Gump would have been better than Forrest Gump.
Good Forrest Gump. I think every '90s movie.
Good Oppenheimer.
Good Oppenheimer. Yeah, I was thinking good Steve Jobs. Stuff like that. Any movie where the name of the movie's a name. Judy, the Judy Garland movie.
Yeah.
Joker, good Joker.
Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Oh, good Harold. Yeah, I mean, what would you call I guess Joker, he's not quite good as much as he is twisted.
He's misunderstood, really.
Misunderstood Joker. That's what they should have called it.
He's gonna get it right.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to be understood?
I think for the first time, the world's gonna understand that the clown prince of crime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got that. He's the crown prince. He's the clown prince.
Is that like
Yeah, that's what they call him, right? That's like one of his.
That's like
titles.
his nickname, the
Clown
Prince of Crime. I've never. This is
This is big for you.
big for you.
Should we celebrate with a debate?
Yeah. Oh, you want to like jump right in?
No, I don't. I'm actually down to just session vibe.
Yeah, you're trying. I mean, you opened this with a bong rip, a first-person POV bong rip. You're sort of teaching the kids at home how to rip bong.
I'm just like picking up where Bill Maher left off. He walked so I could run, and so the kids at home can fly.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think this is week 4, 4th episode in a row where we're talking about Bill Maher?
I think we got to keep putting it out. I mean, that's how you manifest, right? You just
Get him on the podcast.
No, we got. I think we bring our podcast to him, or I think we show up and we bring a bunch of illicit drugs. And we're like, Bill, we're gonna outpace you right now.
Yeah.
We have coke. We've maybe it's fake. Maybe it's real.
We've got
I'm not doing
heroin.
this.
We've got
This is
got
ridiculous.
crocodile. Remember hearing about that?
Oh my
I know
god!
that
What
one.
if we did crocodile with Bill Maher? That would be so sick.
Bill Maher, please do crocodile with us. If you're Bill Maher, do crocodile with us. You pussy. You're not gonna if you don't do it.
Bill, we're gonna do acid together, and it's gonna be the longest. We're gonna do a live stream club random.
Nah, we should all do like salvia together and just like
Oh my god, do salvia with Bill Maher.
Be in an alternate dimension
that's my
for
nightmare
ages.
Salvia rotation. Oof. No, I could body it. We could do it, folks.
from my understanding of salvia, it doesn't matter who you're with because you're not gonna notice they're there after a while.
I think some people have a good time on it. I think some people can, but I think some people. I just heard Duncan Trussell talk about it, I think, and say it was like a nightmarish, hellish kind of experience.
I've just seen like online like it would be like a meme compilation. It's just like different first person accounts of people talking about salvia, and it's always like I lived 100 years in a Lego reality and it was torture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea what salvia is.
I don't know. It's a plant, I think. Do you smoke it? Do you
It's like
eat
a
it?
smokable plant, but the notable thing about it is that for some reason it was briefly legal in America in like 2008, and they were like selling it at gas stations.
Whoa, were they
And-
really?
Yeah, and so like people were like, "Oh shit, new drug to do," and they were doing it and having like the worst time.
That's sick.
Yeah, so Bill, we'd love to do salvia with you.
Yes.
I mean, I was thinking like, oh, we could get him on the podcast. It could be the new Ben Shapiro. But like, look, honestly, we've not accomplished our first goal. We are nothing if not.
I think it's more
Goal-oriented.
I think we want we want Ben Shapiro on our podcast, and we want to enter Club Random. We want to be members of Club Random.
We want to enter the club, and we'll do crocodile. Bill,
Bill, come on.
we'll do
Know
salvia.
what you want. Give the people what they want. They want us to do crocodile in Club Random. They want us to be drinking tequila sunrises.
Trying to remember Jankum. We could do Jankum
Oh my
with Bill
God,
Maher.
Jankum with Bill Maher would hit so different. Jesus, I would love that. I think there are other. We should do like breath work with him, like Wim Hof with Bill Maher.
Yeah,
Honestly, nitrous with Bill Maher would go so hard.
yeah, or like finds like a way to get into an altered state with him without using drugs. He would hate that. That's the worst thing ever to him.
We bring a hypnotist with us. And
Yeah.
like Bill Maher, we're actually about to.
Or we do like transcendental meditation, and he like gets so mad he leaves Club Random, and now it's our club.
Yeah, wait. Assault on Club Random.
Siege on Club Random.
Storm Club Random.
Okay, we're going to storm Club Random.
Oh yeah.
We're going to storm it and take it over. This is going to be an insurgency of Club Random, if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. I think that's what 2025 holds.
Yeah. January 6th, 2025. We
What are-
show
what
up at Club Random.
What are your goals for 2025, Rahul? I feel like
Yeah,
That's
as we're
kind of our
approaching,
big-
we're past the halfway point of 2024.
next thing we know, we're gonna have a new Prez.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a new year. There are gonna be new adventures to be had, new drugs to take.
Drugs to take. New president. Yeah, dude. That's gonna be.
Yeah, new president. It's not going to
Is
keep
that-
being Narendra Modi.
No, what's your is that your goal to be president?
My goal is to like be adjacent to presidency.
Ooh, Secretary of State.
Yeah, in my own way. Yeah, secretary of my own state.
Free state of Rahul.
Yes,
Yes.
it's the free nation of Rahul. I am mayor and only citizen.
She's judge, jury, and executioner.
You're not going to let anyone else in?
No one else can
not-
get into this.
Not even if they take a citizenship test?
You don't know the first thing about me.
That's what I'm talking about. Freaking ghost over here. I'm gonna sit up
What
on
a-
that back sake for a bit.
Yeah.
Really
You
worried.
can sort of tilt down.
Yeah, we could also
No. You know what? Actually,
adjust.
I know what the solution is.
Oh.
Yeah, you tilt
Look at
forward.
this.
This is the solution.
This is what it's all
It's
about.
intimate. It's chic.
I wonder how zoomed in this is.
I don't think it's zoomed in. I'm also.
Can you do sort of like a dolly zoom situation? Give like a vertigo effect.
Just like.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we're going experimental. We're also filmmakers on this podcast. This is a film podcast.
This is first and foremost a film podcast.
Yes.
We said during our tournament last year that the goal for this year, so speaking of your goals, the goal for 2024 was for Apples and Oranges to stop being about debates and just to become a movies podcast.
Ooh.
So, and you know, we've thoughts on how to make that happen. And one of them is with cinematography. I think we get like a Janis Kaminski or a Roger Deakins or an Emmanuel Lubezki or one of them to sort of grab the camera and steer the ship.
We're going to Cannes. That's what we're saying.
We're going to Cannes.
We're going there. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna poach talent. It's gonna be great.
We're gonna smoke weed with Tilda Swinton. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna do coke with Bill Maher.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I think before our Cannes trip, we've got
topics.
some debates. We got some topics.
You're so right about that, and you can tell because using your visual abilities and the audiences.
I choose where the audience focuses, where my mind goes. What is over there? Oh my god! Holy shit! What are they doing back there? See, we don't.
That's fighting.
No, that's where the fans create lore about, like the back rooms of the podcast.
Oh wow. Well, we got two topics right here. Raul's looking at
Get the
them.
topics up. I've
And
decided
he's
that
having a
one.
laugh, but he doesn't know which I'm giving him.
Don't do it. Don't do it, man.
Give me the hard one.
Okay. Jack, you're going to be arguing in favor of a billionaire.
Oh, Matthew.
That's easy.
Oh, you wanted the other one?
I wanted the other one.
Oh, better. Okay.
I'll take the other one.
No. You're good.
No.
Rahul, you're going to be arguing in favor of a Jewish holiday.
Raul, name a
This is
Jewish
not-
holiday right now.
Yeah, Jeff.
Name one Jewish holiday challenge.
Make up a Jewish holiday that you think would exist based on what you know about Jewish people.
Based on what you know about Jews and what they like.
Yeah, you can come up with a holiday, and I'll be arguing in favor of Daniel Plainview.
Oh, great.
My favorite billionaire.
Billionaire?
Yeah, billionaire. Surely. Yeah.
Surely. He probably died in like the... Well, at latest, like
But
the
billionaire,
60s, 70s.
it's adjusted for inflation.
Adjusted for inflation. Let's say adjusted for inflation. I'll give you this to you, but you do have to watch yourself, counselor.
Okay, I'm always watching myself, but more importantly, I'm watching these two in front of me. But yeah, Daniel Plainview's the GOAT.
Who is Daniel Plainview?
Yeah, so we got to give some context.
So there's this movie, There'll Be Blood.
Huh, sounds familiar.
Paul Thomas Anderson. It's about like this. It's basically this oil baron guy who falls down a well. And where is it? A shaft. He basically just gets fucked in the desert, and he has to crawl to like with this silver diamond, this piece of silver, like crawl back to civilization and just go through hell. And then he sells that and starts like this insane oil business. But like the movie begins like
That's how it starts.
that's how it starts. That's like the first 2 minutes of the
Like
movie.
Bane vibes almost.
It's such Bane vibes. It's such Dark Knight Rises. You know, he saw that and was like,
Born in
yeah.
the Darkness. He goes on the train with a little baby.
Yeah.
We're describing the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
I think the best way for you to understand this character is for us to describe every single scene.
Yeah, let's
So-
it's a movie podcast. No, but basically he actually I'm not gonna say anything bad about him because he's the fucking GOAT. He comes from nothing, goes from 0 to hero real fast, and basically is the greatest billionaire to ever live. He's the best one, and better than any holiday. Holidays, they come and they go. Daniel Plainview, when he was around. He was around.
Is Daniel Plainview a real guy?
No, he was not real. He was a movie character.
Okay.
But he was based on.
Nor was he a billionaire.
No,
but we're
this will
allowing
help
that
my-
too.
No, he was a billionaire. He was a billionaire. Of that time, yeah.
Adjusted for inflation.
Just for inflation,
we,
he's totally a
Just for
billionaire.
inflation.
we said this is
If
allowed.
you were around today, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. We're allowing it
so I
contingent
yield.
that you watch yourself, counselor.
I yield with that.
Well, for one, we don't even know if this guy is real. We don't even know his net worth. We don't know the value of all his assets. So I'm calling into question the mere existence of this man. Mostly also, I'm calling into question how easily you dismissed my favorite Jewish holiday Jewish holiday. My favorite one is Hanukkah.
That is a
answer.
Jewish
That
holiday.
is a Jewish holiday.
Good answer.
That
That's
is
a Jewish holiday.
Nice.
And you know, Hanukkah brings families together, and candles and like menorahs. You don't get none of those.
And what else?
You don't get none of those with billionaires. Billionaires
Yes, you do.
isolate. Billionaires are the 1%.
Nah, they bring people together.
I'm like almost sounding like Bernie Sanders. I'm almost billionaires tear us apart. They promote isolation. They promote capitalist ideologies. Whereas Jewish holidays, like Hanukkah, like the one I mentioned, bring people together and enforce community. They create bonding. No, they promote bonding, right? It's a time when families get together. It's a time when you cook for your loved ones, right? You show them how much they mean to you, right? What's this Daniel Plainview? Selfish guy. He had no reason to get out of that cave. He should have stayed in that cave. Or well,
No.
for selfish reasons, he gets out. He makes like an oil company, and what is that doing, huh? What is that? It's drilling more oil. It's putting more families at work, keeping more families away from their families during Hanukkah, because they're drilling all this oil.
You yield?
I yield.
Well, look. Daniel Plainview does not hurt anyone, okay? Let it be known.
To even the playing field, can you describe a little bit more about the plot of There Will Be Blood?
Yeah, he basically is a self-starter and creates this oil business and basically creates a town and like gets a town on the map for that and like
Yep.
Plainview,
family.
Texas?
No,
No,
it's not a
it's a fictional town in like Central California. Would you say?
it's somewhere in California, but you know, all of that oil went to winning both world wars. So I don't know how. I guess we have like someone debating in favor of the Axis powers and the Central powers as well. Gosh, that's kind of egg in your face. So I guess Rahul doesn't fuck with America. And also, there's so many like cooler Jewish holidays. Passover for one. Karosit. Good to have that at Passover.
How's that pronounced?
Karosit.
Fine. Wrong, but I'll move on.
Karosit. But it's so good. Wow, we're going out on limbs with our Jewish holiday knowledge.
Yeah. I was gonna ask Rahul, just out of curiosity. This does not have bearing on the debate, but I was gonna ask if you could actually name other Jewish holidays. Like, was this your one choice?
This was my one choice.
Okay, good to know. This is not gonna impact the. I just wanted to know.
Let it be known that it's just because of where I was
Of course,
raised.
no, I get it.
I just wasn't exposed to that culture until I came here.
So you didn't seek it out clearly.
Well, it would be
I jest. I think that what about is a bar mitzvah or bar mitzvah? That's a holiday in a way.
Is it a holiday? Is it?
No.
It's just a celebration.
It's a celebration.
ritual.
It's not on a specific date or. Yeah, that doesn't count for that.
No, but that would have been the best one if it were in contention.
Well, that's like birthday. Do you count birthday as a holiday?
I do. But that's not important. But what's important is Daniel Plainview. He's the goat, folks. He's absolutely the goat. Hanukkah comes and goes, and Daniel Plainview actually just like climbed out of that fucking cave. He against all odds. He actually, there's some tension there, you know. There's the fact that he could have maybe never made it out, but Hanukkah's going to come every single year. Why wouldn't it come, you know? And I think something finite is more beautiful than something that endures and seemingly lasts forever. That's what I'll say.
That's stupid.
No, you're stupid.
When has anyone ever been like to anything that lasts forever? When have they ever been like, oh no,
Cancer.
cancer?
Both world wars. We wanted them to end. And you know who helped?
But let me make that point again. Anything positive? Any holidays? They, like you said correctly, they never end. Billionaires, I would argue, they come and go. Billionaires come and go. There'll be another Daniel Plainview. There'll be another guy
No, there never
to
will
wreak
be. 'Cause
havoc.
He was a man of honor. He was.
There
a man
will
of
always be.
virtue.
There will always be another Daniel Plainview. a Daniel Daneview, if you will.
Mm.
There will only be one Hanukkah, and that will never change throughout the course of time.
No, I think Hanukkah is a bad holiday. I think all holidays are bad. I'm just gonna go out and say holidays really are just too indulgent, frankly. Every day should just be a day where you're locked in. To celebrate, to let your guard down, it's foolish. Holidays weaken us as society. We all need to be like sitting on our private bowling alleys, which Daniel Plain you had.
Did have a private bowling alley.
did?
And
Okay.
just,
Pretty
like,
cool.
Grimacing in a
Wooden
big,
pins.
Yeah, it was cool. It was
Ooh.
like the 20s.
Retro.
Yeah. And just looking, like going on other, trespassing people's land, looking for, ways to build a pipeline to access the ocean. These are things we should be spending our time doing.
Drainage.
And we should not be out here. Oh, let's light candles. Ignore the candle over there. That's for a scented candle. Are the Hanukkah candles scented, Matt?
No, they're just regular run of the mill.
So they just
candles.
wait. They're just it simply exist to be destroyed.
Yeah, there's not any profane use of them. They're only to be looked at. Now, I guess just a prompt for both of you, and you can
Yes.
sort of decide, who's gonna jump in on this, just to discuss a bit more about the traditions of Hanukkah. So the reason that you light your 8 candles on Hanukkah, right? It's because of the story about. It was after this synagogue was destroyed. I'm forgetting a lot of the finer details. Doesn't quite matter. Basically, they thought they only had enough oil for the light on the bima to last for 1 night, and instead it lasted for 8. That is why there are 8 candles. So
Oil, you said?
that's what this brings me to. Do either of you have anything interesting to say about the relationship between Hanukkah and oil?
Yeah, look, you said it yourself. This oil lasted much longer than they anticipated. And what better parallel than to the man himself, Daniel Plainview, who, for falling in a ditch, crawling, seemingly losing one of the greatest deals of all time, being pushed out by the big oil companies, refused to be bought out, he lasted way longer than we thought he would. And I think, he kind of encapsulates the core of Hanukkah, so...
That's
he's the best-
interesting,
he's
because
the-
I don't know if
he's
you
the
heard
best thing
about.
Hanukkah, I guess. Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you heard about this, but I don't know if you heard about the synagogue. They sourced oil from Daniel Plainview's oil mines, and it like caught fire, and a bunch
That's
of people
foul
were
play.
severely
That
burned.
was human error.
That
But
was-
it's funny how as soon as it leaves the Plainview Corporation, something goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
So what are you suggesting? That it was
I'm suggesting someone was
tampered
probably,
on the way to the synagogue?
No. I'm suggesting that someone probably was made a mistake and it's spilled everywhere. It was human error.
And who was responsible? For Plainview Oil Corporation. His
as a-
name.
Maybe Hanukkah people who are into Hanukkah like to point fingers and like to accuse people. But as someone who's aligns himself with the values of a billionaire from the turn of the century, I'm not going to point fingers. I'm just going to say it's probably foul play, and it's a tragedy. And I will say that I stand with the families of survivors
So you think there was Jewish misuse of oil?
of oil. No, it could have been maybe of oil.
Did you say Hanukkah people?
No, because you're a Hanukkah person. You're like one who like is into Hanukkah, a Hanukkah supporter,
Hanukkah fan.
a Hanukkahite. I mean, right? Like, because you could probably just imagine if you celebrate just Hanukkah but aren't Jewish.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I can imagine that.
And if
Wait.
you're in it for the 8 days of presents,
Yeah,
That sounds like a good time. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Another reason why that's my favorite Jewish holiday. As someone who just found out about it. And another reason why Daniel Plainview is not only the worst billionaire, but he's a bad thing, he's a billionaire, but also the worst one out of all the billionaires is because
Hitler was a billionaire.
who's that?
Adolf Hitler was a billionaire.
No, he wasn't.
He had the whole GDP of Germany at his disposal. I'd say that's probably billion.
I would almost argue that
You're
Daniel
arguing.
Plainview.
Listen to yourself.
I would almost argue that
As a
Dan.
Hanukkah supporter.
Dude, listen, I'm a complex person, but that's but that's not the debate that we're having.
You're right.
Listen. Honestly, I'm not going to elaborate further on that. I yield.
Okay, so Rahul quoted in the podcast, the paintings were pretty good.
You like the paintings.
Likes the paintings.
You like the movies he funded.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, and this is a movies podcast,
Yeah,
so
it's
if
a
you want
movies
to
podcast.
harp
It
on the
is.
work of Lenny Riefenstahl, you can feel free. No. I'm ready to hear some closing statements, folks.
Okay, yeah, I'll start. Look, he's already exposed himself as, where hhis values lie. So mine lie with a billionaire, the billionaire of character, of status, Daniel Plainview, willing to push himself, willing to just do whatever it takes to supply oil to the greatest nation on earth.
All right.
Fine. Meanwhile, this holiday, this celebration for, essentially holiday celebrating oil, which is cool, but at the end of the day, it's the people who make the world go round, and it's someone like Daniel Plainview, and not some sort of bacchanal of hedonism of presents. 8 nights of presents. Sheba. I yield my time.
You are right. It is the people that make the world go round. And it's holidays like Hanukkah that do exactly that. They help bring people together. Listen, you can be on the side of just destroying the earth, using it for selfish needs. I'm on the side of just coming together, man. I'm on the side of positivity. And, I may have said some things. But
You're a complicated person.
I'm a complicated person, like I said.
Beautiful.
And, if anything, those Jewish holidays and Adolf Hitler, if they have anything in common, is that they bring people together. Different groups of people, but they brought them together. And if you were to combine the two, they would completely outshine any billionaire that you were to put in front of them.
Wow. Beautiful.
Wow, that is gorgeous. This is a very interesting one. This is a lot of close calls on both sides. I'll give it to Rahul.
Wow.
I'll give it to Rahul because I felt
Explain
like,
yourself.
and I do have a specific reason. It is a specific reason because sometimes on this podcast, debating on this podcast can sometimes be like driving a car with one headlight out, where you don't know either what the
That- you
other
know what? That's
either what the
true. I
other
get what
person
you're
is
saying,
talking
yeah.
about or what you're talking about.
And he had both out.
You had both out. You had both headlights
Oh,
out.
that's
You did
so
not know
true.
what Jack was talking about or what you were talking about, and you fared
Yeah.
pretty well. So I gotta give
actually,
it to you.
That's actually a great
Hell
point.
yeah.
That's a great point. Especially, what was I going to say about Daniel? Yeah, I mean, you had no
You've not
clue.
seen There Will Be
You've
Blood,
not seen that
No, I
movie.
have not, dude.
and you don't know much of anything
I
about
have no-
Hanukkah.
no,
Yeah,
Genuinely.
no, but and also
Wait,
we
what's the-
adjusted for my inflation thing. That's what I was going to say. So if we're
Yeah.
doing, it's the adjustment rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
I thought Hanukkah was the one where who parted the seas.
Moses.
Moses, that was for Passover.
Ah, okay.
Is
I
Is that
have
a
my
depressing? What's
holidays
the depressing
confused.
one?
The depressing one?
That Rosh Hashanah? No.
Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur,
Yom
ah.
Kippur is
What's
pretty
that one?
depressing.
What's happened?
That's the Jewish day of repentance.
That's the best one.
Because how in Catholicism
You're
it's
always
like a
repenting.
thing about you're always repenting, you're always
Right.
feeling bad. In Judaism, there's just one
One
day.
day, yeah.
You fast the whole day, and it's all about repenting and apologizing and feeling like shit.
That's the best day of the year. It's the best fucking day of the year.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
one like that too, Hinduism,
Yeah.
but only women have to do it.
Really? So lit. That's
Yeah,
so
crazy.
lit. That's so
Oh man. And do you endorse that?
Say, can I can just take the whole top. Just the top.
Just the top?
Just the
no,
top.
no, I'm
Oh,
sliding.
God, wow, so much.
Wait,
so
I'm
luxurious.
gonna fill up some water.
Yeah, just
Oh,
sneak
yeah.
around. We're going in. Beep boop beep beep. Matt's very clean screen, folks.
Is that a dig? Is it dirty? Is it filthy?
It's a little bit dirty. I don't know if they can pick it up in the cam. I'm not gonna cause any shade. Oh my god, this is a crazy. This is actually very on theme though. We should keep this. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Are y'all
Oh,
ready?
no.
I'm
gonna be
ready.
good.
I've had no sneaks, no peeks.
Okay.
This is live. Folks.
You're and I'm gonna take another rip, so that'll be the vamping.
Yeah.
But Matt, you will be debating for a war of your choice.
Cool.
Rahul, a disease
what it
of your
is.
choice.
I know what I'm doing.
You already know what you're doing?
I already know what
You
I'm
both
doing.
know what you're doing?
No,
you,
no,
you,
no,
you,
no.
you
You
can't.
don't know?
You simply can't vamp. No. Of course, you're permitted, and in fact, it's a delight.
It's a Vamp anthem, folks.
Dude, I don't know how the listeners feel, but as a co-conspirator of this podcast, there's nothing I love more than the dulcet tones of Jack ripping bong on pod.
It's what we want. It's whatever we want it to be.
It is.
It's my podcast. What is that song? She's like, "It's my party. We can do what we want." Miley Cyrus.
It's
one?
I thought you were doing a different song. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's my party. We can do what we want. Yeah. And anybody's everywhere. We're gonna get
Yes,
sued for
that's
that.
it.
Yeah. Capital Music Group, Sony Corp, whatever, whoever owns that song, please,
No,
we're not.
our
We're,
rendition
people
is
don't
too
know
unique.
it. People, we're not good singers. People won't confuse us for Miley. Please, please. All right. I mean, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's dive in, folks.
Yeah. So, a war of my choice.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be arguing in favor of, if it's permitted, and I think it will be,
It will be.
the COD Wars.
Love it.
What the hell are the COD Wars?
I'm glad you asked.
We're gonna learn all about
What?
it.
It was a series of unofficially announced military skirmishes between the UK and Iceland from the 50s to the 70s.
Was it over fishing?
Yes.
Like, oh, that is so awesome.
Yep. Few to no people were killed. I don't know enough to say specifically no one was killed. If so, very few. It was a handful of skirmishes. No one was allowed at a certain point when they basically the British Navy sent their ships into Icelandic water territory, but they didn't want to start like a real dispute. They just wanted to like get the results they wanted. But I think maybe Iceland, I don't know if Iceland was part of NATO at the time. I don't know what the story was. Basically, they didn't want to actually declare war, and either side wanted to. So what the UK did is they put their military vessels into Icelandic waters, and they just let them like float into each other and like crash into each other. But the Icelandic ships were all fitted for cutting through ice, so they were just like destroying these British ships. Anyway, it was a delight. It's nice to hear a war that's all about fishing, low body count if any. And it's like a fun little side story of history. We don't need World Wars 1 or 2, fucking Franco-Prussian, 30 years war, 100 years war. So bloody, so much bloodshed. But sometimes a war can be like a silly little side quest. And I think that's how war should be. When war is significant, everyone suffers. And I get my time.
Very strategic selection, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The least casualty war. Therefore, I will pick the disease that has never caused any deaths.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna do the highest body count. I'd be like genius.
Black plague. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Or malaria.
I was gonna say COVID.
I'll stop naming diseases.
Now he's switching it up. What's he gonna do?
I'll argue for chickenpox.
Okay.
Chickenpox.
The old poxy.
We're all familiar with chickenpox, right? It's like it's the sign of what's the word? Adolescence.
Adolescence.
Right. It's the coming of a new era for each young person listening to this podcast.
I love the idea of adult chickenpox. Or just someone who's like, sorry,
Dude,
y'all.
that's the thing. Adult chickenpox.
I know it is true, but like someone just being like, y'all, I can't come to work. Like I got chickenpox. Or like someone at their desk, like, dude, you gotta come. You have chickenpox. Like I don't, dude. Like I don't. It's like you clearly have chickenpox. It seems like a little kid.
No, but instead they just have shingles.
Shingles. Yeah. What's their relation?
Yes. Yes.
Shingles was.
Oh yeah.
Just to quickly sidebar from your opening statement.
Sorry, yeah, just a health PSA. Sorry, Rahul.
Shingles is...
This is for fucking me the last debate, by the way. I'm coming.
No, shingles is specifically It is for people who are not vaccinated against the chickenpox virus. If you catch chickenpox as a kid, the shingles virus exists in your body and can show up as an adult. It's a distinct virus, but it comes from having had chickenpox.
Oh, so it's like next gen chickenpox.
So yeah, you only unlock it if you've had chickenpox?
Yeah, like you can't catch shingles.
It just lives within you, the antibodies.
Yeah, what it sounds like is I should be arguing for shingles.
Yeah. Do what you please.
Yeah, fucking.
So I'm gonna be arguing in favor of shingles.
Just you learned about 2 seconds ago.
No, I'll stick with chickenpox, man. Chickenpox, yeah, it's cute. You know?
Yeah.
It was cute. You remember when you had chickenpox, you got a week off school. You smell great. What? You smell
Is
great.
it true?
You guys never had the
Because of the
chickenpox?
bats?
Because of the bats, yeah. And then
Oatmeal bath?
What's that? The
Is it
chicken?
Is it an oatmeal bath?
Yeah.
I've never done it.
Yeah, what? You never had chickenpox, man?
No.
Whoa.
You didn't have chickenpox?
You had chickenpox?
Yeah, when I was like really young. I don't remember it, but I was super young and I had chickenpox.
No, I never got it, and I think, vaccinated pretty young.
Oh, interesting.
Got a vaccine for that? The shingles vaccine.
No, they have
Wait,
a chickenpox
The
vaccine.
chickenpox vaccine?
Maybe it was like
I don't know.
invented in our lifetime. I don't know what the.
Whoa.
It's pretty good.
I had no idea. I thought
I had a shot. I like had chickenpox, but I remember like being young and like getting some kind of shot related to it afterwards. But I don't know what that because that couldn't have been a vaccine because it's like I had it. So
I can do a numbers cruncher. I don't know if you want to.
nah, but this is not important.
No, yeah, it's not. I'm digressing to buy myself.
Yeah. Ooh, good strategy. I could look it up if we want.
Chickenpox is a cute disease because you got a week off school. Remember that? You remember that, Jack? You got a week off
Yeah,
school.
I don't remember having to, but
Sickly
it,
also.
You remember being sickly? Yeah. You know when you had chickenpox, you got like president treatment, dude. You got your own cups.
it's true. Yeah.
Nobody would like touch them because like you were so special. And you got your own cups, your own like blanket. You got your own bed. If you had like a sister, she wasn't around anymore. She was contagious.
She moved.
She moved. She may have also got chickenpox from you, or maybe like resented you for that. I don't know.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, these are all possibilities. But the thing is about chickenpox, though, you know, while I did give my sister chickenpox, it brought us together.
Ah, beautiful.
It brought us together, and in some sense, you know, it fixed my parents' marriage also.
Oh.
Because they saw that, you know, both their children are sickly at the same time, and they decided to put aside their differences and heal our family. But that's just my story, my personal story with chickenpox. So what happened in the cod? You said they thought of a cod was?
Yes, it was very odd.
I yield.
Statement.
Wow. A really strong opening statement followed by another really strong opening statement. We are in for one, folks. So open the floor.
Let's jump in. I don't know. Think about a pox virus? You're picking a pox virus?
I'm picking a pox.
You're picking a pox?
I'm boxing all over you.
It's so unpleasant. It's like itchy. You could have picked like a cold. You could have picked the common cold.
I was gonna pick common cold, but I thought that was like borderline, not a disease. Would you define?
I mean, I would have, but we're not going back. You almost went back before.
I'm sticking with. I'm sticking with my.
He was just curious. He's just curious. I respect that.
I'm just razzing him. I'm just getting in his head. I'm in there. Much like the shingles virus is within you. But they do have a shingles vaccine. You should look into that. Yeah, they. No, it's a pox virus. Like you're covered in like itchy shit.
Sure.
That really sucks. That sounds really unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to deal with it as a child? That sounds horrendous.
I'd rather chickenpox as a child than scurvy as an adult on a ship fighting the god wars.
So this was in the 50s to the 70s. No one was getting scurvy on ships. And this is only between like the UK and like Iceland. This is not that long a voyage. No one's getting scurvy over there. If they have scurvy, they have their own problems. That has nothing to do with like being on a ship without vitamin C.
War. You shouldn't have picked a war between people who are predisposed to getting scurvy. I don't know if you know about the British.
They're predisposed to getting
predisposed
scurvy?
to getting scurvy, yes. Yes. And you know what's a worse disease than chickenpox? Scurvy. And you know who was getting scurvy? The British soldiers at the Cod Wars.
I would say scurvy is not as bad as the chickenpox.
Ooh.
Chickenpox just to briefly debate in favor of something that has nothing to do with hygiene. The scurvy is cured by like fruit, by like eating by consuming vitamin C. The chickenpox has been around for like hundreds, if not thousands of years, and it took them into like our lifetimes to figure out how to solve it. So I think chickenpox is worse. I think chickenpox is imagine a disease, if you will. Imagine a situation like, okay, speaking of, this is a movies podcast, so I have to talk about the movie Alien, and
of course,
Alien Romulus out in theaters now. Just my publicist sent me that. Okay, so in Alien, there are the face huggers. They hug your face,
Yeah.
and they impregnate you.
Whoa!
Have you seen Alien?
No.
Okay, so they impregnate you. Basically, it's this freaky alien thing. It like latches to your face, and it's like if they remove it from your face, it kills you. So you gotta keep it on your face.
Okay.
But
And while it's doing that, it like basically is like putting its like alien penis down your throat, and like putting like an egg in your stomach, and then eventually the alien bursts out of your stomach, and that's the alien. That's the main alien. It's like two types of aliens. It's like the one that goes in, one that goes out. So to me, that's like
chickenpox.
That's like chickenpox.
Chickenpox in, shingles out. Like, you are not just arguing in favor of like a childhood disease. You are arguing in favor of like a childhood disease that evolves into like a horrible adult ailment that like haunts people for the rest of their lives. Because because you can't just, if you have shingles, like, it comes in waves. You get like sores and shit on your like all across your body, and it pops open. And you're all pussy. It's nasty. You picked a nasty disease. And whereas the Cod War was a quaint little conflict, and no one got scurvy, and if they did, that was totally their own fault, because it was not like the old days of naval warfare.
Still happened in the Cod Wars, though. You know, and I don't know what I don't know if you guys have any rules about if I have to cite.
No, you can not cite anything.
This are actually an anti-citation podcast.
Yeah.
I'd like to quote the famous lyric, "War. What is it good for? Absolutely
Fishing
nothing.
rights.
Absolutely nothing.
Fishing rights.
No, the song says it's absolutely nothing. The song says absolutely nothing, and if I'm gonna be honest, dude, if you were gonna fight a war over any fish, like if you had to fight a war over fish, cod would be like down on the list. It would be salmon. It would be fucking shrimp, even.
I was about to ask Matt, like, do you really think cod is fighting? Like, what other seafood do you think? Like, what else is worth? Like, where do you draw the line? What fish is not worth fighting for, and then what's something that is?
Okay.
I want both of you to answer, actually, because I know.
Worth fighting for?
Well,
Yeah,
I guess
seafood.
Land.
Land is worth fighting for.
Land is worth fighting for. What like ocean creatures?
Like ocean creatures
and
worth
seafood
fighting
specifically.
for.
Yeah.
Ocean creatures.
Fish, like edible fish.
Yeah,
like good tasting fish.
I would say edible fish.
But cod, so any edible fish.
Yeah, I would say
Not
like
good.
what's not worth fighting for to me is like a poison anemone. But look, so I'll give your answer and then I'll jump back in.
Well, a fish worth fighting for? Salmon.
Pretty tasty.
Plain
Yeah.
simple salmon. I believe. What is it? The is it the Atlantic Ocean? The Atlantic Ocean around the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
North Atlantic.
I've
North
heard
Atlantic.
I've heard a thing or two about the Atlantic salmon.
Mm.
It's great quality. Can't say I've heard anything about the Atlantic cod though. Ugh.
Oh.
Well, the thing about the cod, and the thing you must understand, and the reason for the cod wars at all, is because cod is a big part of the diet in Britain. That's just a fact. Because that's fish and
True.
chips.
That is true.
Fish and chips. Yes.
And it's a regional delicacy, and you can say what you want about British food, but that is what the people there eat. And in Iceland, they're trying to jack up those rates. Just to take on the perspective of the Britain, because I don't have a horse in this race.
Mm-hmm.
I think both sides had their reasons. But you can see why they were upset when Iceland was trying to expand their because the whole cause of the first, it was 3 wars, but the cause of the first one was Iceland was trying to claim a wider perimeter around them as exclusive waters to them.
Right.
And Britain was like, well, that's bullshit. Because no other country gets that much.
Yeah.
And, like, we want to fish our own. We don't want to just buy from your fishermen. We want our cod on our terms.
Sure.
And look, Iceland has the reasons. Because it's like, hey, you know, this is our water. It's surrounding us. We're nowhere near Europe. Well, they're close to Europe. But they're not that close to Europe. So they're like, hey, you know, this is our space. Both sides had their reasons. And that's always how a war starts, doesn't it? Because both sides have their reasons. But there's no reason for chickenpox. It's a disease. It's bacteria. It's viral. It's a virus. That's worse than a bacteria, because a virus there's nothing like evolutionarily like thinking behind it. You know what I mean? You just do. It's insidious.
You just do? Like,
It just do.
chickenpox, it just happens?
Chickenpox just happens when a mommy and a daddy wish to curse their children. They introduce them to a world that has chickenpox still.
What did you say about my happy family?
I think your parents wanted you and your sister to suffer. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I think they used God as an excuse to go to war. I think.
Ooh, whoa.
That's what I think. I think the British have a deep-rooted sense of hate for everyone around them, and they just made up a reason. They were like, "Fuck it, God."
But it was.
Get him.
But think about this. This is the 20th century. This is the era of strategic warfare. This is, everything.
Strategic warfare.
Everything's. This is a diplomatic era. The nuke has been invented. This is an era of diplomacy. We don't just go to war for any given thing.
Oh yeah, we just don't go to war for any given
It's the era of diplomacy. War still happens. War still happens. And this is on Europe, and enemy number uno for all involved parties, at least in Western Europe, and we can call UK and Iceland Western Europe if you want to split hairs. I'd rather not, but, it's the USSR. That's their number one fear. Because they're afraid of communism, because they bow down to the almighty dollar, and so they're like, okay, well, communism is the enemy. This is about something specific. It's about cod.
It is about God.
It's about cod. And I think that's like an admirable thing to fight over. This isn't about some imperialist mission. This isn't about land.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't about ethnic tension.
Yeah.
It's all about fish, and I think that's beautiful.
I mean, I think it's lame, dude. I think it's like seeing a school fight. It's like you're squabbling over cod.
So you'd rather it get really hot, and both militaries put all these people and money behind this, and all of a sudden it's like the mid '50s, and UK's back at war.
UK's back at war. I mean, if they really fuck with their fish and chips that much, then they would get behind it. But they don't. Clearly they don't. They want to fight 3 insignificant wars with Iceland. And what is the outcome of this? What did they win? Did they lose? What happened?
It was a draw that was more in favor of Iceland.
So what was the result? How did they split up the land? What did Iceland get the land? Is Iceland king of God? What?
I think there were some specific contracts that were drawn up that allow for yes, Iceland gets the broader sea territory, but UK gets certain privileges.
This is a fishing charters podcast.
Yeah.
We need to dive in.
And this is all from this is what I remember about a video that I saw a week ago. I'm trying to remember the history.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready for some closing statements.
Yes.
Well,
I open first.
Sure. Oh, you want me to? I can close, man.
Hey, you want to
I
close?
got this in the bag. Yeah.
Let's run it up.
I got this in the bag. Well, just as Matt mentioned, he just he watched a YouTube video a week ago. I mean, what is that when compared to the lived experience of a man? A man, his sister, and his dear family going through, a life-changing experience for 2 weeks. Where we all had chickenpox, and then we all had to learn how to love ourselves again, love each other again, and love one another again. And I just think that the cod wars, when you really look at it logically, why did they fight over cod? It's such an insignificant fish. It's like not even tasty. It's really salty, I hear. And whereas chicken pox, at least how it relates to my own personal life, like I said, brought my family together, it healed my parents' marriage, and it also got me laid. Now that I remember,
Wow.
it got me laid. The God Wars, I don't think anyone got laid if you were fighting the God Wars. And they all came back from the God Wars, and everyone was like, dude, really? You did that? You laid your life down for some god? No, I'm not gonna let you fuck me. And then, whereas I'm sure Jack can attest to this, having had chickenpox. Matthew, if you had chickenpox, you'd be on my side. Like, this would be an easy. If you had chickenpox, you'd be like, oh wait, why am I arguing for God Wars? What? This is so stupid. But anyway, that's chickenpox rules. If you didn't have chickenpox, you're missing out, man.
I love the idea that at the end of the day, this podcast is really about trying to win the other side over. Really trying to convince them.
Well, that's a great strategy.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Chickenpox? No. You know, this isn't you, Rahul. This isn't you. It's laughable. The COD Wars, I mean, it's fish. It's charming. It was some shit for the UK to do with their last gasps of importance on the world stage before they dwindled into the background of history. It was I think Iceland is probably pretty chuffed to have something like that under their belt. Defend against UK. UK is known for their naval prowess, and UK showed up. But that's pretty cool. It was 20th century, empire. Anyway, chickenpox is a disease for snotty little children to get even snottier and more disgusting and covered in little pimples and abscesses, and it's really just gross and nasty, and I'm glad it's in the process of being eradicated. And I'll just say this, good luck with your shingles.
Oh, mic drop. Wow.
I did right at my knee.
Excellent work, both of you. Mm-hmm. I will say, this match was a draw, but favoring Matt.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta give Matt the dub. And I think it was really just the xenomorph analogy that really freaked me out.
You're terrified.
Yeah, I'm quite scared of aliens. What you looking at there? Where are we at?
Doesn't look like it's on.
No.
They cut off?
I mean, it just doesn't look like it's on.
It's okay. I saw it a few minutes ago. It was going. We get part of it. Is this light's on? This thing's still recording.
That's going.
Maybe. Wow, it's a reverse of last time we did it.
What? The GoPro stopped working?
Yeah, last time the GoPro stopped working. So maybe we just used their GoPro footage with bad audio for this week, and this is just kind of a shit week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just off. It turned itself off at some point. How did that happen?
The switch? I
have no clue.
Yeah, the lights.
How did it do that?
It's so odd. It's on now.
Is it recording?
No.
Okay. Well.
Hello.
That's okay. This is
just put the microphones down. This has been Apples and Oranges, everyone.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder when it cut out. I guess we'll find out.
I'm so curious.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's never happened before. That's so weird.
It's okay. I got this mic recording this entire.
Wow. Cool. Well, still splendid work, everyone. That's how we roll with Bunches. Podcast is always growing, always getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. I don't even know how or why that happened.
Yeah, that was so bizarre.
It says there's still battery.
Really? Okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense. I changed it recently. Whatever. Good work, everyone. Another Apples and Oranges in the books.
Another one in the
books.
We'll
catch you in 2 weeks.
Rahul, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Love to have you here in person. And next time it'll be a 5-timer.
Yeah, it'll be epic.
I will be a 5-timer.
All right.
Celebrate with bong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheers.
Salute.
Bye-bye.